gay news, and let's talk about Tank, who recently did an interview with the Holden Court podcast. And I did put the clip on the video on my page. I think it's like a 17-minute video. And he basically opened up because there's like, I think they put it in like parts. So that from what I saw, it was in like 3 parts or whatever. Which I always think is a good way to try to swallow a show. Unless a podcast is so good, I'm like, I could sit through the hour. So basically, he opened up about the complex relationship between Black men and homosexuality. So now, during a recent appearance on the Holden Court podcast, the Please Don't Go crooner spoke on the double standard Black men face in terms of same-sex experimentation, saying it's us. This is what he began. I would show the clip, but I don't know if I'm going to get flagged or whatever, so I'm going to just give you all the notes. He said there's something about Black men in the homosexual conversation that is a mess. The phobia is, as it relates to Black men, is the elephant in the room. He argued that the worst thing a Black man can be is gay. And in the Black community, yes, that's true. And I think also this is the conversation that need to be had in regards of when you get Black gays who get mad when Black gays go to white men and they mix their races or whatever. Oh, you thinking you better because you gonna run over there with those white men. But it's because there's that internalized homophobia. There's like the church religion that indoctrinates a lot of our thought process where we don't feel comfortable being our true, authentic homosexual self. So a lot of times the Black men like a Don Lemon or a Billy Porter or those types who are deemed effeminate or obvious Black gay men go over to white men because when they look at that world, white men are out and proud of who they are and they could be that. Of course, we can get into the conversation about, well, they're always going to be white first before they're gay. But we're looking at the whole emphasis of the fact that when you are a homosexual, you get, and white, you can go off and be your true authentic self. They get to go to the clubs, they get to go and do all this other stuff. But I know there's also Black men who don't want to, or gay men who don't want to get caught up in the whole label because they don't embody those characteristics, meaning they're not watching RuPaul's Drag Race. They're not doing all these other stereotypes. They're not, all about the drag queens and going out to the bars and the clubs. They'll probably go to a sports bar, and we do have gay sports bars, especially in New York. Shout out to the Gym Bar. My friend Diego works there as a bartender. He's been there for years. So he also explained, he said the first thing somebody is going to allude to, whether you are gay or not, when they're trying to assassinate your character or get off the highest joke imaginable, they're going gay first. This is what the father of two said, and then he continued. He said it stems from something within our culture that has created this stigma that somehow there's a program to make Black men gay. You see it everywhere. There's an attack on strong Black men. But who's that attack coming from? Us. Well, not me, but it comes from Black folks, particularly a lot of Black women. Y'all be the main ones whenever a guy talk about, because look, we talked about it with Ray J. He like his ass ate. Oh, well, that's gay. But if a woman putting her face between his clean cheeks, and you said he cleaner, but I don't trust. I'm sorry, but I don't trust you straight men when they talk about how y'all wipe y'all behind. I really don't. No shade. I don't. But when it comes down to it, it's like, as long as a woman's doing it too, if a woman's pegging you in your behind, it's not gay. If a woman's eating your ass, it's not gay. And I even think like if you experiment or you like sex with men, I don't think that makes you gay. I feel like gay is the word gay. This is why I don't like the word gay. I prefer queer, which I know once upon a time queer was seen as a derogatory word. It's not anymore. It's kind of like when we've taken back the word bitch, we've taken back the N word, we've taken back all these other words that were continued. Were perceived as negatives. And when I look at queer, I don't see that as a negative. I always saw it as like unusual, unique, different, which I'm all for. I don't like to conform. I don't want to be like everybody else. I like standing out and being myself. And I've always pushed for that. First of all, I've been using the word queer since like the 2000s. I think it was like when Queer as Folk came out, I started embodying the word. And I think that Queer as Folk took power in that word by using it because it was deemed a derogatory word. But I do agree with that. It's sort of like whenever you want to assassinate somebody's character, the worst thing to do is call them gay. The worst thing to do is call them that, or if a guy said they want to experiment or do something sexual, y'all are quick to call somebody that. So then he pondered how the double standard could exist when the likes of Prince, Michael Jackson, Cameo, and Rick James were notorious for their androgynous looks, noting that meant you were in. It didn't mean you were gay. And that is so true, because when I was growing up in the 80s, people looked at Prince. They didn't look at what he was doing was gay. Now, today, y'all would, because y'all call every damn thing that ain't this perceived idea of masculinity gay. But when we looked at people like Michael Jackson and Cameo and Rick James, when they stood up, Rick James had that beady beads in his hair. Y'all didn't call that gay. Or Stevie Wonder even had that look at one point with the braids with the beads. Or there was an overall certain looks that men embodied, especially like in the 70s, the flamboyance of people's fashions. Y'all probably would call Parliament Funkadelic gay based off of what they look. Y'all call everything gay. Y'all even be calling people wiping their ass gay. This is why I said I don't trust you heterosexuals when they come to talk about how y'all clean y'all behind. Because every little thing y'all say, y'all equate it with being gay. And everything is not gay. Now, if somebody comes out and tells you that they are, then that's what it is. But I just feel like it's just laziness. So then he also questioned, he said, where does this agenda come from? I've never seen anything that made us say, oh, wow, I want to be gay. I'm inspired to be gay because I saw that outfit or because YSL made this shirt. Now, also, this conversation did stem from when he did appear back in 2019, because I remember this, when he went on Angela Yee's Lip Service podcast. And he was asked if performing fellatio twice would make someone gay. Of that notion, Tank stated, it doesn't mean he's gay, it means he sucked dick twice. The art of being gay is being gay. It's a continuous state of being. And that's why I said, like, the word, I think I meant to get to that before I started going on my little queer tangent. Gay to me is like just some white word that's used for white folks. When y'all want to give a label to whatever it is your existence or a part of a community that you're a part of. So sort of like the lifestyle or the life that you live in, because I hate the term lifestyle, because to me, when y'all use the way y'all use lifestyle, a lot of you bigots, to me, I feel like when y'all use the word lifestyle, it feels like that being gay is a choice. And to me, it's not. Nobody, like Tank said, and I've always been saying this, nobody wakes up in the morning and is like, you know what? I want to suck a dick today. Like, nobody gets up and does that. Some people just are who they are. And it's just a part of life. Same-sex attraction is a part of life. It's in animals. And we are mammals, last I checked. Don't believe it? Google schmoogle. This is why I always said, like, a lot of you fools that dropped out of school, and why our educational system is a mess. Because even the simplest of things, y'all don't understand. So, kudos to Tank for, being brave enough to speak out about this. And I really wish that more Black heterosexual men, or especially Black men who are heterosexual and comfortable in their skin, would speak out and have these conversations. Now, if you're a little too slow and obtuse to really garner this conversation, then this ain't for you. But as someone who just like, well, look, I guess I would be considered gay or whatever, because I do like the world of, what's the word? I do like drag queens and RuPaul's drag, but I have a lot of drag queen friends. So while I like all that stuff, I do like sports and I like all the other things too. So I don't feel like we are a monolith, that we all have different things that we like and things that we subject to. And I don't think that, because you put a peen in your mouth a couple of times or you topping dudes or whatever, that makes you gay. Some people just get bothered by the label. It's like, I'm just me. I just like having sex with men, but I don't want to embody that word gay, because gay is a term or a label that you're putting on people. And not everybody wants to run around being labeled by things, because what that means is, I do all these stereotypes that our society has put into place that's saying that these are the things that you need to be or do to be considered a homosexual. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of this story in regards to Tank talking about homophobia within the gay agenda or the gay agenda in the Black community? Because I do hate when I go on social media and I see that whenever we talk about anything that got to do with LGBT stuff or any kind of queer topics, and this is why I don't like a lot of times when the neighborhood talk which is run by a homosexual, last I checked. But all the homophobia that I be seeing in the comments, I'd be like, how is this allowed? Like, I would be blocking bitches. But then again, when you got a lot of people in your comments, it's hard to just be, who wants to go through all of that blocking? You be the whole day. So let people argue it out in the social media comments. But it's like when the neighborhood talk or the shade room or other places be talking, and then it's just like, I already know what this damn comment section is gonna give. Because it's like, oh, y'all want to talk about an agenda, or we trying to make fetch happen, or we trying to convert or whatever. We ain't like the Jehovah's Witnesses or Scientology or all these other crazy ass religions that y'all belong to, where y'all believe in these crazy ass sky daddies or whatever the case is. It's like, we're not out here trying to force our sexuality on us. We just want to live our lives. Now, when y'all want to talk about church, well, y'all be doing that with the religion. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.